to know that there are people who are waiting for your content and who believe in our those characters and who see themselves in those characters, maybe their relatives or their people, their moms in those characters, and they're like, अरे हाँ, I've experienced this, हाँ ये मेरे साथ हुआ, अरे ये आंटी ऐसी बोलती है. So that keeps us going.
Just talking on the Middle East. Nitin bhai, marhaba.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am here today with Monica
Astaghfirullah.
And the Clins.
Clins. Wallahi, I love his hair. I think
Everywhere.
I would say I'm here with Monica and hair.
Knowing that, okay, whatever I make, my creation, my ideation is going to places and it's creating an impact, people like it. I mean, who doesn't want to feel good about doing something, you know?
Yeah. Boom shakalaka, it's a beautiful day. As I always say, I'm your personal happiness coach, Clint Verghese, and my vision is to make this world a sustainably happier place. And aligned with that vision, we're on a mission to help you live a happy and motivated life. We're bringing together some of the finest achievers in their own respective genres who are going to let their hearts out and take us through what it takes to rise, shine, and celebrate a little more every day. And joining me today are two great friends, two amazing human beings, fantastic comedians, and more importantly, somebody who've been using the power of technology to create an impact in the lives of others with their skill set, with their knowledge, and their mindset. Welcome to Engage and Inspire podcast. Monica, Nitin, what's up? How's it going, guys? All good? All good, all good, amazing. But hey, guys, before we just dive into like the conversation, right? What I said in the intro was something that I truly believe in, and I personally have been a person who have enjoyed a lot watching the content that you guys put up with the various alter egos that you play, both of you guys, in fact, for that matter, and the fact that see, there is one point that we look at it as it's content on Instagram, right? We have to kind of play to our whatever the game is. But the other part of it is also, with whatever intent we might begin it with, right? It's been able to amplify thanks to social media in today's times. And it's really what people need right now, man. So what keeps you guys going? I'm going to take it with you, Monica. What keeps it going? When you wake up every day, right? You have an opportunity to do whatever you want in today's times. And playing up to that, you go ahead, gear up, get into your zone, shoot that, edit it, publish it also, right? There is so much of effort that goes to make this happen. What keeps you going? Like, what is that thing that gives you the driving force?
Of course, when you say that social media, we put it on that because it's a trend and everything. But more than the trend, I feel to know that there are people who are waiting for your content and who believe in our, those characters and who see themselves in those characters, maybe their relatives or their people, their moms in those characters, and they're like, अरे हाँ, I've experienced this, हाँ ये मेरे साथ हुआ, अरे ये आंटी ऐसी बोलती है. So that keeps us going कि यार, how about, this is a funny situation, how I place my different characters in those situations, what they would say about that.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, ये मजा आएगा. मतलब while doing also, I have equal fun. It's not आज एक video डालना है. It's not that. It's like डालना है और मजा आएगा. Like डाल के भी I'm happy about it कि okay, now let's see what people have acknowledged to this. It's not the likes. It's what they've understood through the whole thing, and it's like you discover yourself also while doing it. It's not just for the media,
So
of course it's for the numbers and all that,
it's
predominantly, but you also enjoy doing it. I mean, you become a newer person, better person, and you start adding so many things to yourself, your persona altogether.
So true, yeah. Nitin bhai, on that, just looping in on that. But what about those days when you don't want to do those things, that snooze day when we are like, the alarm is ringing, but I'm like, nah, not now, a little later, for whatever reason, right? It is. What about those days? How do you push yourself and make it happen?
One thing I've understood because of COVID, that the only responsibility of an artist is to create. Not worry about what will happen to the creation, who will watch the creation, how many views I'll get on my creation. So that is the basic criteria, that it is a baby, it is your baby, you let it out and you let it fly, let it live, let it flourish, because that's the only thing in your hand. So creation is the key as an artist. Also at the same time, it is your job. It is your job. Consider it as your job. Don't make it sound like, oh, I have to do, like she said, you know, I have to do something like that.
Yeah.
So I think as a comedian, I think I've always said this, that to be a comedian, you have to have a genuine urge to make people laugh. That is the main ingredient. The minute you have a genuine urge, it becomes easier. Like if you've been to my shows, I enjoy being on stage more than you laughing. Like my excitement levels are much higher than yours watching me. So and you know, I've always said that you become a comedian the minute the joke doesn't work.
Oh wow.
You know,
Oh wow.
how you come out of that situation will make you a comedian. So the same thing goes to, you know, when you don't feel like it, how you react, how you create when you're not feeling like creating will define you as a creator.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Cook or crook doing it, just doing it.
Yeah. And you know, honestly, I would also say that it's okay. It's okay to sort of see, because you have to be in a zone, you have to sort of be in a place where you need to be convinced. And after all, you're not a machine. Especially a creator is not a machine. And the reason why I use this word machine is because we are surrounded by machines right now who are the judges of our creation.
Oh yeah.
You know, we are actually not performing to an audience, we are performing to an algorithm. You know, so it's okay, you're not a machine. Take a break. Take a break sometimes. Don't punish yourself for not creating.
So, you know, just before we deep dive into like intense and fun conversations, I just wanted to thank you guys personally, because, you know, COVID hasn't been easy on the whole set of humanity as we know it. And you guys have been using your knowledge, your skill set, your mindset every day, creating content, bringing about an impact. So thanks for that, guys. You know, just wanted to quickly drop in on like, what is the process? You know, what is the process when you wake up to everything that takes to, you know, be the ideation stage, the shooting part, the editing, and then the publishing, right? Because people think that content out there and it's just they're putting content, but there's so much of effort that goes into it. How do you guys do that in these times? Because not everybody is as motivated, as like action taking as in general as they were in the past. So how does it work for you guys?
I think it was difficult to get started at the first thing, you know, like the last lockdown when it happened. A friend of mine gave me a call and is like, "Wapis bana video, maza aayega." And I'm like, okay, yaar, the second person is calling me and he thinks I have a potential to do this again. I'm like, fine. I started doing it, and those characters which I play, I think those characters people relate to it, and somewhere it's not just the comments I'm waiting for, but I know that it's creating an impact on those people's minds and their lives, and they relate to it, maybe their family members, themselves, their mom, whoever it is. So knowing that, okay, whatever I make, my creation, my ideation is going to places and it's creating an impact, people like it. I mean, who doesn't want to feel good about doing something, you know?
Yeah.
So that sort of happened, and overall I've been doing it. Of course, we all like great numbers on social media. We love to see our numbers popping up and down, popping up, not down. But
That happens as well, though. I must say that.
that happens as well. But I think उस रट में ना फंसते हुए अगर आप ये भी कर सकते हो, तो nothing like it. I mean, it's interesting, it's fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Nitin bhai, just looping on to that, right? Like, what do you do on that day when you're by default not wanting to do? Like, that's those snooze days. I call it the snooze days, because the day starts technically not when you snooze. It's even before that. Did you plan that this is when you wanted to wake up? Did you say that, okay, I'm going to take that 6 to 8 hours, whatever your standard hour sleep is, because I'm going to rejuvenate, I'm going to wake up, I have a plan for a day, I'm on like warrior mode today, so I'm going to do it. So is it, so when it's not those days, right? You just went to sleep, you just woke up, alarm is ringing or not, or whatever. How do you make these things happen? Because how do you think of like, I know that there is a sense of responsibility. I have to put out this content because I know that it brings joy to people. How do you battle those inner fights, inner demons?
You know, I've been doing this 11 years now, and one thing I always realized, and now it's sort of become, the thought has become more concrete during COVID, is that the only responsibility of an artist is to create.
Oh, wow.
Not be worried about how it will be received, not be worried about how many likes, how many views, because frankly it's not in your hands, you know. So you have to sort of, like a child, you have to sort of put it out there with love and affection and throw it and hope it flies, you know, hope it does well. Also, what's happening with social media right now is that, like she clearly said, that, you know, we are in a way sort of dealing with people, but more than that, we are sort of creating for algorithms, which nobody knows how, what, when, you know, like everybody's trying to going crazy, going viral. You know, and there's a beautiful saying that I believe in, that it takes many years to become an overnight success. You know, so people don't know the struggle, people don't know what's happening. So people who sometimes feel like they cannot create, I would suggest that let go of that burden, because I do believe that, you know, when you follow your analytics of 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, then you have people. The problem is the same people will tell you, why do you post so much? You know, so you have your, like,
I'm a shikar to that. I have to
yeah,
say.
I mean, you know,
keep getting asked every day, bro.
you know, like they'll say like, "Arey yaar, why aren't you posting?" Then you post, and then, "Arey, but you're posting too much."
Every day,
So honestly, you just have to do it for yourself, and, you know, just put it out there and just hope for the best. But in terms of, you know, taking a break, that is very important, because see, it is a responsibility, not an obligation. There's a very thin line.
Wow.
There's a very thin line. A lot of people fall into the obligation of
part.
posting. I would say be responsible enough and post that way.
Yeah.
And yeah, don't beat yourself up. You know, nobody's gonna. I'm pretty sure nobody's come up to you and said, "Ki, hey bro, you know, last Thursday you didn't post at 6 o'clock, so screw you. I'm gonna unfollow you." You know, so just just take it easy, man. Enjoy it.
Yeah,
I think.
I like
Enjoy the
the part
process.
of
Yeah, enjoy the
obligation.
process.
You know why? Because sorry to break you in between,
No.
but I think
we're
few
gonna
days
keep getting broken.
Yeah.
After
Because-
12
I am broken beyond.
because few days back I was telling my husband, you know, like let's ये भी करना, आज ये करना वीडियो कल,
Yeah.
and I was ending up choosing wrong songs for my, you know, singing videos, and it wasn't coming from within. I'm like, no, let me just take a break. I'm pushing too much, you know. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
just feel it when it
Yeah,
comes
that
to me,
comes.
then put it. It will get recognized.
Also,
better.
you know
Yeah.
what happens, I've realized on social media right now is it really pushes you to not use your voice.
Oh yes.
You know, so
though-
even though it's supposed to be, it's my point of view,
Yeah.
but at the same time,
Tailor make it.
because if you don't trend.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, of course you want to put a different track, but you won't. You'll put that
Yeah.
dick in the mouth track because it's trending. Even
I
even
didn't
though
know the meaning of that until
Yeah,
yesterday when
Dick
you
in the
met me.
mouth
at home.
drag, guys.
Yeah, bro.
Dick in the mouth moment.
even though your video is you giving your child a laddu to eat.
Yeah.
What the fuck does dick in the mouth have to do with that? But it's just, you know, it just, people are just, so,
Yeah.
I think you got to be very careful. This is a powerful drug, man. This is
Yeah.
a powerful drug.
Yeah,
It
so
is,
true.
social media is a currency now.
Yeah.
So, just, you got to be very careful and don't fall into the trap like, ki yaar karna hai. Oh shit. Like I've seen people have anxiety attacks.
Oh yeah.
If they can't post or if they, at a moment and they can't make a video.
Yeah.
Like you are here in, you know, Shimla or on top of a mountain, and only thing you're pissed off about ki fuck my battery ran out. How will I post? There's a lot of
And
anxiety.
network
Yeah,
nahi hai.
Network
Oh
nahi
wow,
hai.
that's so true, huh?
Yes.
That's so true.
I've seen that happening. Yes.
You know, I mean, just brings to a very exciting thought, right? We have kind of learned a decade ago to what we are now, right? We are able to digitize our thoughts, our skill sets, you know, largely. Now we're already in the era where we're seeing the first wave in that sense of an era of monetization of content as well. I mean, it has been existing across here and there with various formats and modules and systems. But today, you know, we slowly see the transition happening because in a country like India, right, 1.34 plus billion people, larger part of the population is the youth population. Everybody has access to high quality internet. Everybody's plugged in. Like everybody is, you know, we have the same access as much as somebody in a tier 3 or in the most rural part of the country in today's times, you know. How do you kind of see the transition for a lot of artists or, you know, let's say coaches, trainers, consultants, bakers, everybody, because today, you know, you can actually use the power of technology. You can market yourself. You can reach out to people. How do you see the monetization journey is going to be for a lot of artists? Because a lot of live performing artists, because, you know, we all are live performers. We have a bunch of friends. Doing a live performance versus performing in front of a camera, there is a world of difference, right? There is so much of a dynamic difference. As much as it is the art, it's what we know, it's what we do. But as you said, right, we feed off on audience's energy. It's like we replicate it back, they throw it back. It's like a ping pong match going on. Here, we are like self-interpreting, if that's even a word, to self-interpretation of that phenomenon, that there is an audience, and we are, you know, because even when we make sketches, right? Like, I love this sketch. By the time this video is going to be released, it's already out, and maybe it's the next viral reel with like the dick in the mouth music. Uncle Manmani and Kangana is like dancing to some one of those, you know. But here and there, just keeping the jokes aside, because we were talking about playing to algorithms, right? How do you see a lot of live performers and the whole transition towards becoming a digital creator is going to now further look into getting into a gig economy? Because now whatever skill set you have, if you know to split 180 degree, that's something that you can teach people. Flexibility is something that you can teach people. There are ways through how you can market it, you know, enhance and scale and all of that part of thing. How do you see the transition is happening? Like, where do you see with the everyday that we are moving towards the gig economy, or that we are already a part of? And that slowly now our Instagram are filled with ads. Hi there, if you're looking to be, you know, play the guitar or whatever these things
I'm telling you, our phones are kept right here right now.
Yeah.
As soon as we take a break, you'll get an ad on Dick in the Mouth. Something, the penis enlarger ad or something will show up.
Listening to you
looking for
24/7.
singles in your area.
And these datas are available, and we can custom target ads to people, knowing what we want to sell, what people want, and so on and so forth. So where do you see this transition is taking us all? Like,
I think I had this thought few months back. I mean, in fact, last lockdown, that you know, like making your posters, publicizing that listen, I can sing in these many languages. If you're interested, if you're getting bored, to go and select one. If you don't know these languages, you want to listen to music, because music has no language. So you can organize like a concert online and tell people that I think you were telling me about how much ever money you want to pay on Clubhouse. So that concept I had thought कि अगर ये music के लिए भी हो सकता है, आपको comedy देखना है, मेरा ये देखना है, आप आ जाइए, donate whatever you can.
Oh wow, I think that's a great idea.
I think that is
this fun what is it called? Fun me kind of. Fun me. So Fun me is a format that was I think it originated in the US mainly, where you can ask people to fund your.
Oh yeah. Fund me.
Fund me. What did I say? Fund.
I heard fun me.
Of course, because you're having a lot of fun right now.
Blast, guys. Blast is like an understatement.
I'm from the Middle East. It's the worst word. Yeah.
Just talking on the Middle East. Nitin bhai, marhaba.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am here today with Monica
and
the Clins.
Clins, wallahi, I love his hair. I think
everywhere.
I would say I'm here with Monica and hair.
Monica and hair.
I'm here with hair.
You're very perfect.
Yeah, but I think there is going to be a transition, just like how we moved from just emceeing to then now having comedy, then we have belly dancers, now we have magicians, now we have aerial acts. So I think it is an evolving sort of kind of art form, and even though it takes away from it, but I'd like to remind you something. Back in the day, we used to have audio tapes where we used to listen to comedians. So I don't think it's that bad, to be honest.
Oh yeah, from that to what we were able to.
Clubhouse for that matter. Performing a lot in Clubhouse right
You've been killing it. You have your own shows on Clubhouse. Your thousands of people joining in.
My character Uncle Manmani sort of taken off on Clubhouse, and I think see, everything is good. I mean, या चाकू से आप किसी को मार भी सकते हो और आप किसी के लिए फल भी काट सकते हो. What you want to do with it What you want to do with it is up to you. So I think that is how you need to sort of treat it. To of course answer your question, the gig, the entire event community is sort of changed. I think the entire world is changed. I've heard that a lot of organizations are now keeping work from home as a thing. Like that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
So I think people, what COVID has done for sure is sort of, as an artist, I think in a good way also, because we do fall into the very comfortable zone.
Yeah.
Where, the way we introduce ourselves, where we say hello, we know ki acha bhi aayega, aisa hoga. So what COVID has done is it has put us in a place where everything we said no to, it is making us do it. So I never thought. Now I'll give you an example. I did a gig for ZTV some time back, and I was very excited because I was supposed to perform for 1,200, 1,500 people.
Wow.
I'm very excited. Last minute, apparently they changed the platform from Zoom to some other platform, which is internal, because they want to accommodate.
Yeah.
That's when I find out as a comedian that I am performing to 1,500 people, but I can't see or hear anybody. And believe me, all I can say is I'm glad I took the money in advance, because I used it for the therapy that I needed after the show. But I was just doing a show for myself. I could see myself performing. And in general, we would be against it. Like, 4 years back, somebody told you that, bro, do a virtual show, and you'd be like, why?
Why would you do it? Yeah.
So I guess we're just evolving. Let's just be open to the idea. Great. You can't compare it. You can't. The live is like it's porn versus real sex. There's a difference.
Which is better, porn or real sex?
I don't know. Depends on who's watching.
Depends on who's watching. You guys let us know, porn or real sex in the comment section. Why not? We want to make this. We want to have this opportunity to interact with you guys and let us know what you feel. Getting back to not the porn or real sex, but the fact that it's so true, right? We're just discussing about how it's about simulating that similar experience while you're performing live or performing to an audience. But hey, Monica, you have performed in front of camera a lot. From TV shows, digital content, everyday stuff that you do. We all have, but you have like a whole set experience and a lot of that, right? So do you feel the transition was difficult when moving from live to, the virtual? Would you say like it was the performance part of it, or the whole production part of it, which now you had to take care of? Sound, light, camera, this, that, framing.
Yeah, I think the production part of it, taking care, was a little different. And of course, as Nitin said, feeding off the energies of the audience is what we all are used to. And we like to hear like, hey, we want that Monica, oh my darling, Monica coming from there. And when I'm now singing, I'm like, Monica, oh my darling. So like,
self-love.
Apne aap se pyar karo. And so that was difficult. But yes, what he said, I just love that point. कि जो चीज़ों को आपने ना कहा है, उन सब चीज़ों को आपको हाँ करना पड़ा.
It's a little embarrassing also, because you're like, no, I will never do it. And now you're like, guys, catch me on Zoom.
Catch me live on Zoom tonight at 9 p.m. Then on Clubhouse at 10. Then you know what, we're going to do an Insta Live. And then if there's anything left, we will chat somewhere else. What is the other platform?
Absolutely. And I feel, sorry to add one more thing. Like, I never thought I will edit. I always say, नहीं यार, editing कौन करेगा यार, she boy पक्का, Photoshop तू कर ले. Too much attitude, like, like वो नहीं करूँगी, मैं ये नहीं करूँगी. It's so difficult. Difficult. I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna come out of my, my space, my comfort angle over there. But then when all this happened, घर पे बैठ के करेंगे क्या, ये सीख लेते, खुद का वीडियो खुद कर लेंगे. पैसे तो आ नहीं रहे ज्यादा कि किसी को बांट के पूरा टीम बनाओ, तो बचाओ, सेव करो for the bad days ahead. But सब कुछ स्वावलंबी होना हमको इस काल ने सिखाया है.
So true. What do you have to say to that, right? Like, we were not used to, or we didn't like to do some of these things that, setting up a camera while shoot or while at a gig wasn't part of our job ever. To think about like the audio, the frame, and the 100 things that we do today.
It's actually not supposed to be.
Yeah, that's true, right?
No, it's like asking a chef to cook food and invite people and make sure they are well dressed and
true that. All those elements, right? So how does that, because it really affects our mindset, right? Because when we see like one of our peers doing like a virtual gig and they're doing this, that, and we are here still struggling to, open up the laptop and go live with webcam, those kind of thoughts with various oh, ye karna hai, wo karna hai, and all of that, right? So what do you think, like, what is the difference there? Like, it's the same experience of having to do, we personify it as, let's say, either excitement or nervousness, because we are anticipating something, right? And which is unknown, which is uncertain in some sense. But it's just the interpretation of that, right? Because your heart is beating either ways. You're feeling a certain level of whatever. There's that fight or flight moment going on in your head. You're like, should I do this? Should I not do this? If I, so many this, that. At that moment, right? How can you automate that? Because as an artist, we always say that thinking outside the box, not sticking to a certain kind of routine is what gives us a lot of creative drive. So how do you find your creative drive amidst all of these things that now we have to do?
No, I guess the whole concept of an artist is out of the box, like you said. You have to think out of the box. How much outside the box and how big is your box is the problem. Because you've been doing this for so many years, and you have a bloody big box, and you've started from a small box. Now it's a big box.
Yeah.
Now you want me to think out of the box. So I have people who say no, I will not edit. So I always say that sometimes knowing your weakness is your biggest strength. Your strength is not editing. Your strength is not sound. Invest, hire somebody who can do it. Of course, you can learn.
Yeah.
But then you're sort of disrespecting. Like, you cannot compare somebody who's a video editor and a sound design guy.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I've got InShot.
Yeah,
great.
True.
You'll come up.
Use those tools.
You can use those tools, but it's not the quality is what matters. Right now,
Yes.
people are consuming content, and there are regular people saying things like, "Hey, I liked your video, but the production was not that good." I'm like, "What do you know about production?" But it's a term that they're using.
Yeah.
Oh, uska production acha tha.
sahi hai.
Like, regular people will know 3 camera setup now. At our time, they're like, people didn't
And
know all
this
that.
is when we are actually doing 3 camera setups in the house, right? Varna to the max we would use is a phone, like a selfie or a DSLR, if at all, in that sense. And I think, the conversation comes to about constantly live versus virtual. Virtual comes with its own drawbacks. It also comes with its own pros.
It might be the future.
It might be the future.
It might be the future,
Yes.
because people have realized कि ऐसे भी हो सकता है. So pros and cons. Like right now, I have yesterday performed for people from all over the world without, and we were on a room with Tanmay Bhatt. Then I actually entered a room where Tiffany Haddish was there.
Oh wow.
Comedian. She was talking, and I got a chance to chat with her. That would not happen otherwise.
Yeah.
So this whole connection thing is there.
Getting closer to people.
But I can definitely say I am, and I would say this after many years of, telling myself that I am very good as a live performer. Sometimes the translation, a lot of people have told me also that, Nitin, your YouTube videos are, something is amiss, I don't know what, but when we see you live,
It's a different experience.
like, I get bookings from live shows. I don't get bookings from YouTube. I've always got somebody in the audience who's a corporate guy, and on an average, touch wood, 2 shows. मेरा होता है कि 2 show मेरे को मिलेगा उसमें से. But you just have to sort of not come in the way of your own evolution.
Oh wow. What are your thoughts about live versus virtual?
Of course, virtual any day, but yeah, live, the way he said, you get to closely, you get to sit and wearing
whole
your
experience.
best top and then whatever bottoms, and like, I mean, you're chilling and you're like, okay, hello.
I would
hello.
have stood up and clapped, but I'm not wearing any pants.
So the fact that now, we all know that entrepreneurialism is not just about like a number crunching game, profit losses, quarterly reviews, all that blah, 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 right? It's about solving problems. It's about, it comes from the space. I always talk about, this. It's about empathy. Because let's say what Airbnb, Uber and Zomatos of the world, right? Or Facebook, Instagram for that matter. Like Instagram made a photographer out of the whole world now, right? Like a decade ago, when who were photographers, who were either passionate or had to do it out of like as a job, as a survival mode, right? But today it's a creative thing, and it's literally your grandparents to the babies, right? Everybody's like a creator in their own terms. So, do you feel the challenges of virtual, as we are talking, right, as we are discussing, it comes with like not being able to see and, you know, this, that, internet connectivity and all that challenges. If you think, if we had like a whole entrepreneurial wave towards it, and which we are seeing in how they are using artificial intelligence, 3D technology, mapping and this, that, what if we could actually go into those? Have you seen that cartoon Johnny Quest? Like, have you seen Johnny Quest? You know, it was about this dude who would have something he would plug in and whoop, he just goes into a complete different simulation of an experience, right?
Some of the movies I have.
Yeah, I mean, we have these references across a lot of Hollywood movies for sure, right? And what if, or maybe even in one of those Harman Baweja movies with Priyanka Chopra, either ways. But do you think that if we could overcome those challenges, right, we could sit at the comfort of our house, we could literally be walking with our partner on the streets of Paris, literally getting that same fragrance of the air, the temperature, whatever, if we could experience it. Because in the dream, we're literally not in whatever place we are. It's like a dream state. And today, science has been able to find out there are technology that can help you simulate those experiences. Do you feel we will eventually become a being where we're just in our cryo cubes, and then we are plugged into this whole, web? There is artificial intelligence knowing.
I hope not.
I hope not.
I hope not. What you just said.
Not. It's
scary. It's scary. What you just said.
I just went into a dark series, Black Hole.
Yeah.
And then I went to that another series wherein the whole world has changed. Sab toot gaya, sab upar ud rahe. What is that show?
There's a couple of shows.
But don't you think like maybe that's where like we're moving towards? Because now we're talking about we're being interplanetary systems. You got to go there. You can't go in your natural state, travel to Mars and just go out there and like, yeah, guys, we're in Mars.
I think in general, it's so ironic when you say that go out there without leaving your home. You see the problem with that statement is that nothing ever will be able to replace
the reality,
our senses, our natural God-given, or if you don't believe, universe-given senses. Great. You can act like you are having a kalakata, but having a kalakata on Juhu Beach while there is horse shit smell or the sea and children running. I think it's all about activating, and we are sort of going back. I don't know if you realize, but of course, being from Kerala, we are going back to paying so much for something which was available for free for so long. Backwaters were always there. These trees were always there. Now we are paying 5 times the money to be next to a palm tree.
It's an irony.
It's hilarious when I see people who go to the gym to walk on the treadmill. I was like, you just walk to the gym and walk back.
Do that 5 times.
Cardio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No disrespect to those people.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's
ironical, absolutely.
What you said is, dude, my heart sank a little bit. But I guess if that's the way to be, the most beautiful thing about human beings is we adapt. We come with adaptation. We are born without any sort of format to walk. Then we start crawling, then we start walking, then we start running. So I guess we will adapt. But yeah, my heart is hoping that we don't give up this, because it's scary, man. Like the way you say it, tomorrow maybe you don't need to meet your child. You can touch him from here and he will feel it there. That kind of technology will come. So I guess,
should we welcome technology open-handedly in that sense?
I don't think we have a choice.
I mean, welcome. It's already there. It's coming more and more. It's coming. But I think we should know to keep a balance, because every day, trust me, every day I try. Like when I joined Clubhouse, I was always there. Always
addictive as.
It was always there, and then I decided, I have a life too, and I need to get on with the other content creation, reading, and like learning things. Being an actor, it's not just jaake gym mein body banao, या सुंदर रहो, ब्यूटी पार्लर जाओ. It's about reading your Hindi lines loudly or throw off the language. Urdu ki shairi padhe and you know alfaz, talaffuz,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
you know those things really matter. And I did a workshop and where the teacher was like telling us कि okay listen ये भी पार्ट है जो NSD में है वो क्यों अच्छे एक्टर्स है बिकॉज उन्होंने सालों घिस के यही काम किया है. सो आई मीन नोइंग ऑल दैट व्हेन यू सी दिस पार्ट लाइक मोटिवेटिंग योरसेल्फ फ्रॉम इनसाइड लुकिंग एट द अदर थिंग्स. So I think you want to achieve a balance, and we must. We should not just be sucked into it.
Yeah,
completely.
there are people that we know who are very, very famous. Actors, directors, composers who don't have a mobile phone. Who still use a phone where they just SMS. Who still use a phone where there is no WhatsApp. So I guess it's possible. I guess, you know, like there's one of my quotes, I don't know, I think you like that quote also, that I'm not in the rat race because I'm not a rat.
Yeah, I remember.
You know, but it's very tempting. You know, we are in a world right now where it took the whole world to cover their faces with a mask to see what the true face of the person is.
Yeah.
So this mask thing I'm really liking because सबका the real
असली शक्ल दिख
रहा है. You know that what people are thinking, what they're laughing at, what they're not laughing at, and we are learning. Okay. We are learning. Cancel culture is very confusing.
Yeah.
Like you don't know what you can say. Like it was all okay 5 years back. Now it's not. So it's just very confusing. But yeah, I think respect in general should be there. Should be there. That's the responsibility of any artist. That with due respect, you can put it that way.
I think true, that makes sense. Powerful indeed. Hey, I wanted to ask you guys this at the beginning of the episode. It's off my question list. So when somebody comes to you and you're like, hey, I'm a comedian, so when they ask you, chal yaar ek joke bata yaar, can you just make me laugh? What is your, like, I'm sure this must have happened many a times with you guys. Ek joke bol, ya, you know, whatever it is. How do you deal with that? Like, do you switch, get into your character and you...
I sometimes, like, for example, if that person is, clothes merchant or something, I'm like, यार एक top free में देना क्योंकि तेरा तो business वो है ना, तू देना free में. फिर मैं भी बोलूँगी एक joke तेरे लिए.
Mine is a little harsh. Because I get very irritated.
Yeah.
Because most of the
More
time,
experience,
yeah,
more
most of the
irritation.
time it comes from a very cocky space from that side. Like, oh, you're a comedian, no? Make me laugh, tell me a joke. So I tell them that I also do cavity search at the airport. See them running.
Oh, that's deep, man. That's deep.
Literally, that's very deep.
Literally deep. Do you do the same on social media as well? Like, do you deal with such kind of people in a similar manner?
I had some, funny enough, I had some guys trolling me.
I remember you calling out while you were live with someone, and then you were like, hey, listen, this is not cool. And I remember I was part of that live session.
Yeah, so that same guy is now trolling me, and he's got his friends to, you know, and because मैं तो अभी 10 साल का हूँ ना, I don't know that you have zero post and it's not a fake account and all that. But I guess it's okay, man. I honestly love hecklers. In my show also, and you've been in my show where there were hecklers. Audrey was one of the hecklers, surprisingly. But I love hecklers. Shout out to Audrey.
Shout out to Audrey.
I love hecklers, bro. I love hecklers because when you handle a heckler, and if you handle them well, you will lose one heckler, but you will gain the entire audience. Itna respect milta hai na.
Oh yes.
You know, ki
yes, they stand up for you.
And
you stand up for yourself. They stand up for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you've seen how I handle
that.
hecklers.
I've seen that.
I don't shut them down until unless मेरी life में एक ही बार हुआ है where I did a show and these hecklers were very mean because they were 3 bottles of tequila down, and the guy and the girl
in the zone.
Oh, they were out of the zone.
Out of the zone.
Yeah, so I have some people who are influencers, they were under the influence.
Yeah.
You
These
know?
guys are out of the influence.
Yeah, man,
It's beyond anything.
So, first time in my life, I stopped the show and I said, get the fuck out of my show. And the entire audience stood up, cheered and started chanting, get out, get out, get out.
Did they leave that eventually?
Yeah, and the manager said, get out, I'll take care of your bill. Get out.
Oh, deep.
Because the guy was saying, oh, I'm from the army, and the girl was randomly saying, why don't you go have sex with your mother? Like random, like, you know, kuch comeback nahi tha.
God.
They were just disruptive, you know, and
Personally offensive.
and also
Disturbed people.
Yeah, and also what they did was they picked on my opening act. I'm very protective about my opening act. मेरा मतलब
I mean, आप आपका शुरुआत ही खराब कर दो तो
हाँ नहीं general my opening act I am very particular if you mess with my opening act or somebody is performing with me I'll go after you man I'll take you down very सहला के अच्छे से I'll सुनाओ you and I'll बजाओ you.
I mean, in two ways, right? Like a whole community idea behind that is like, you know, he's here, she's here,
Yeah.
we are in it together, you can't make fun of him or her.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand by for the person. Also from a very strategy place because, you know, the opening act kind of defines how the context is set for the play.
Yeah, and the opening act deserves equal respect as the closing act because he, like you said, he will create the room.
Yeah.
You know, he actually, I always say an opening act is very important because
Yeah.
he sets up the room. If
Warms
I
them
do
up.
well,
Yeah.
he's responsible for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so you got to be very careful and very respectful. Like I am thankful to opening acts who come and open. I always say, bro, thanks so much for doing this. They're like, no, thank you for. I think I didn't give you anything. You know, so it's
You
very
give it
important.
back, in fact.
Yeah, I've been an opening. I'm still an opening act. I opened for Trevor Noah. I've opened for so many.
We're an opening
You know,
act for Trevor Noah, guys.
Yeah, man.
Just keeping it simple and humble.
I'm coming in. Ha.
So very humble, yeah.
No,
Mr.
no,
Mr.
but-
Nitin Mirani,
no,
the
but I-
humblest man.
No, but I have to tell you. I have to tell you. It took me many years to celebrate myself. You know, Clint, it is an achievement. You know, I worked very hard to be at a place. I didn't. It's not an accident. You know, Trevor Noah. I opened for him 3 times.
Yeah.
After the first time, he asked for me. He said, "Get me Nitin."
Oh
You know?
wow.
So I worked very hard for it. And again, I want to tell everybody, stop. There's a thing about being humble, but talk about, you know, celebrate yourself. Why people don't celebrate it? You're like, यार बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. नहीं यार, don't worry, मैं ऐसा. No, I don't.
अरे,
No, celebrate in all your glory. Take a
You've
compliment.
worked your life to get there.
Yeah.
You cannot, I mean,
See,
miss.
You know, if you can't celebrate your journey, how will others?
Yeah, so true.
If
Wow,
you can't love
powerful.
yourself, how will others?
Exactly.
Same applies.
So great.
Comedy special episode में भी बातें हो रही हैं.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't think it's any sort of conversation. I think, you know, we all know this. I'm just at a point right now where I am saying it. I'm sure everybody in this room has thought
Feels it.
has thought it. It's their thought as well.
Yeah.
So my whole thing right now is celebrate yourself, and I want to give a special shout out to my therapist Karthik Naidu, who's really sort of, you know, helped me during this time during COVID. You know, one thing about COVID was that it, as an artist, it really made you question your choices.
Yeah.
I'll speak about myself. That I one day woke up and I said, was everybody else right? That I should not be a comedian. I should have got a job. I should have opened a shop. So that feeling is detrimental for any artist. You know, and Karthik was there. He helped me out. And I think one thing he told me recently was that don't look for a reason to celebrate yourself.
Yeah, so true.
I will not celebrate myself when I got 100K. I will not celebrate myself when I'll celebrate.
Yeah.
I'll celebrate.
Every day is a celebration.
Yeah.
And as a part of it, the consequence of it is that we go through life in a more joyful manner.
If you can't love yourself, how can you expect somebody to love you? It's you know, it's literally as complicated and simple as that. It's literally that simple. It's like a Veda. होता है ना? It's like a Ramban. भाई ये है, ये चलेगा, यही है.
फॉर्मूला दे दिया गया है यहाँ पर.
Formula. Dr. Fumanchu का formula. Which movie?
Dr. Manchu.
Fumanchu.
Fumanchu?
Dr. Fumanchu. Hurry up. Formula.
No, I can't.
If you know it, write it down before we get the answers.
Mr. India लाल रोशनी में दिखाई देते हैं.
Oh.
Alright.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love that film.
Yeah.
Too sharp.
Woo.
What a player. Nice. So, you know, some deep conversations. People generally get to see a different side of
I
both
think
of you
we always
guys.
have that whenever we
Yeah, that's
because
true.
you are that kind of person also. I think you're always somebody who is seeking.
Intrigued.
Yeah, you're seeking. You know, you're and that's a very good thing I like about you is that you are always willing to learn. You know that you're always willing to sort of observe and absorb and then sort of add your own
Yes.
and then put it out there. So that's the key, man.
Yeah, I think
my
so.
mother says you have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You listen more, talk less.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Such a powerful one. Such a powerful one.
And many people listen to talk. You should listen to listen also.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Clubhouse is that.
Yes.
You just listen, man. You go like, oh wow, oh that's the thing. Oh that I didn't know. So I'm really, honestly, I'm quite happy with Clubhouse. quite happy. And Uncle Manmani, you know, he's been around. We did a live together
I remember.
on Insta.
I think Uncle Manmani was also like, let's say if there was no COVID, right? Do you think Uncle Manmani, the way Uncle Manmani is now in people's mind, because Uncle Manmani existed always, right, in your thought, in how you wanted it to be, but how it is translated, yes, it's about, you know, how now people now know more about what Uncle Manmani likes.
I'll show you messages. So cute. There are some people who wrote to me. They actually think I'm an uncle. They've written to Uncle Manmani on Instagram. Uncle, please आओ अपने पोते पोतियों को लेकर आओ.
Hey, but you know, guys, what's the future plans? I see Uncle Manmani and Kangana Ranaut coming together. There are some great promos that we've seen as we're shooting this, and by the time it's out, we're gonna see like.
Hopefully.
And the way we fuse together with those characters, it's like
It's
as
like
if
we are
it's
amoeba.
like बरसों से वो उनके family therapist रहे. Because he knows her and
No,
she
what
knows.
I really like is the way we bounce off as you know, and I think we also have that we just jam and we are not trying to one up each other.
Yes.
We're like, hey, come tu ye line bol, and she's like, oh, tu ye line bol.
He knows
And
when to
that's-
keep quiet. He knows
Yeah.
when to give me space,
I've
and
been,
I know.
I'm married.
Even I'm married. Oh yeah, I'm the woman.
We both
Okay.
know when to keep quiet.
Mr. Murthy, are you watching?
Perfect. So I think a lot of intense and fun stuff coming together. We're going to get into what we call as the rapid fire round. Some of them are fun. Some of them are however you find it is. Yes, you decided. So I want to do this with you actually, because I think this is a very relevant question for you, but I'm going to still do it with her. So your favorite superhero and why?
Superhero.
It's a rapid fire, by the way.
Hurry up.
Hi, Iron Man.
Iron Man.
That's the new superhero, Iron Man.
To the side.
He's Iron Man.
Okay.
Iron Man.
So it's the monsoons going on. What's your favorite rain activity?
Pakoda khana.
Pakoda. Crunchy pakodas.
Such a liar. She's such
a liar, right? Yeah, you
No,
think
I
so?
actually ate a lot of pakoda. I made for him
Okay,
and we
ठीक
ate.
है.
Yeah.
So then you're lying about your diet.
What?
Oh!
Glass drop.
month में एक बार.
Okay, ठीक है.
She got that sweet
So I'm
spot.
just-
She was like, wait.
And I fry it in ghee.
Yeah.
So if a movie was made on your life, what genre would it be? Genre?
Genre.
Genre?
Genre. What genre?
What genre?
Jenner. Jenner.
What do you think is that genre?
It would be.
Yeah, I think this is what it's called, rapid fire, right? This is the twist in the concept.
Like it's so rapid, I have to like duck it. Like her rapid fire is so rapid, I didn't have a beard when you asked the question.
You know, but you know what I feel? I think, is it like the barrage of intense jamming
Yeah,
before
yeah.
this is just like
Yeah,
making
no,
us-
no, fast. Do it fast.
Okay,
come
okay, okay. So it should be related to my life.
If a movie was made on your life, right? You were the producer, director,
Yeah.
whatever, and the viewer also. What would you like to see your life as?
Self-made person traveling through Mumbai, wake up Sid zones.
Okay, wake up Sid zones. Wake up Sid. Self-motivated and wake up Sid also. I was like, all right.
No, the Konkona Sen in Wake Up Sid. is
all
what-
right.
Actually, I saw that movie and I decided I have to go to Mumbai. So,
Oh, really?
Oh wow.
Oh,
That's
wow.
interesting.
Shout out to Wake
So
Up
you,
Sid.
you watched Wake Up Sid and came to Mumbai.
yes.
I saw Satyam Shivam Sundaram.
And you came.
Yeah.
Where?
I went to the waterfall. I went to Shimla for the waterfall. There was nobody there.
Okay, so are you a morning person or a night person?
Morning.
Morning person? Oh, wow.
Oh no, night, sorry. Night, but
No, as in like, when do you go to sleep? What time of the day do you go to sleep and wake up?
I sleep at 12:31 a.m. and
Oh,
I
wow.
wake up at 7:30 to 8.
I call that morning person in my dictionary.
Okay,
What
that was
about you?
confused.
When do you
what
wake
time
up?
do you wake up?
Well, it's fluid. There is no routine to that.
You wake up every day around 6:37.
7:38.
Why? What are you, the sun?
No, I need to eat my diet के हिसाब से चीजें, fruits, and then go to the gym.
So you wake up to eat.
But just like a thought, I'd read up about this in one of the psychology journals, or somebody else's talk or podcast or something that I was listening to, and it says that let's look at it this way, right? It's the job of a creative person to think outside the box, right? But what is outside the box?
Yeah, why? I'm against that.
No, not outside the box. In the sense where to be creative, you got to be a little disengaged.
No, because I'll tell you what, when you are putting this word outside the box, you are putting him in the box.
That in itself is
It's like wrong.
a boundary, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you're putting him in the boundary. So it's like तुम चिड़िया को पहले अंदर डाल रहे हो केज में, फिर बोलते हो कि उड़ के दिखाओ. So why create those boundaries in the first place? There are many people who are already out of the box. Because this whole thing about what is out of the box? Who can answer that for me? How do you define out of the box? It's an idea that nobody else had. That's not possible. It's something that nobody else said. That's not possible. So what is out of the box?
So, I mean, what I personally feel, how I would define it as, right? When you say an out of the box, or we call it creativity or whatever that is, it's basically not thinking like how a larger population would otherwise think, right? Because that's why it's maybe creative or out of the box or whatever. And how I was linking it with the whole sleep pattern was this, right? When you say night, it means darkness, naturally, right? When there is darkness, there are no boundaries, because there is only boundary when there is light. If you can't see, there is no you don't hit the wall in that sense. So do you feel at some natural state of body and mind and all of this linked together, like artists generally are a nighttime owl or Batman or of the likes, because it naturally facilitates an opportunity to think beyond how otherwise you would think?
Sort of used to agree with you. Now I won't, because I've come to the conclusion that artist is more opportunity based than day or night. If I tell you right now, are you a night person, day person? You're like, no, I'm a night person, this, that. If I give you a project for the next 45 days where you have to go on set at 5 in the morning,
the importance of purpose.
I don't think you'll be discussing patterns.
You'll bloody do what is required to do.
So an artist is opportunity based, and we decide and we sort of break our patterns. Waking up at 5 in the morning for the next 60 days, 70 days, for me is out of the box. If you think about it, it's an out of the box thing that I am doing, but it's not for you. So how do you define?
That's true. It's
I'm
a
just
very
saying,
subjective.
I'm just saying that term is bastardized and used too in a very flimsy manner. There I have clients बोलते हैं, अरे do something out of the box. I was like, why don't you pay me out of the box?
सर अगर मैं पूरा आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स करूँ, आपका फार्मा ब्रांड है और मैं टूल्स एंड जिग्स फिक्चर्स के बारे में बात करूँ, तो आपको चलेगा क्या? मतलब आपको एंगेज रहना पड़ेगा भाई, कहीं ना कहीं. शायद आइडिया जो यूज नहीं हुआ पहले उसका एक, क्योंकि everything is inspired, like my husband says कि everything is inspired by something. You cannot say it's complete copy of it. So originals जो बन गया वो Adam and Eve, whatever it is. अब सब inspired ही है. I used to not agree with that earlier कि यही copy किया. नहीं बेटा, ये था, इसका fusion version बना है.
But great, we're going to get back to the rapid fire, which is the fun segment. So Monica, what is your weirdest habit?
Weird habit.
So one word, like short.
Like
batteries are like running out of memory cards and batteries and all.
The addiction of eating something meatha after food.
Oh, the sweet.
That's
tooth,
not a
right?
weird habit.
For a
No, but I
person
think
who's
it's
trying to
like
be
a guilty
healthy.
pleasure. She likes it, but she
No,
also
it's
feels
not a weird habit. Weird is.
Yes.
हाँ, I know, weird, I
But
know.
maybe it comes
तो
from
आ
very
नहीं रहा है लेकिन दिमाग में.
But from
I'll tell you, her weird habit is, yesterday I noticed, she doesn't realize when she's digging her nose.
Ooh. Is that a thing?
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Is that a thing? Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking also like, is that like a
So when she thinks very deeply, she digs her nose.
deep on the cameras wherever we are?
I caught her doing that 3 times yesterday. And while she talking to me at the door, she's like, हाँ, तो फिर decide करते हैं क्या करना है and all that. And I was like, I'm not. So I'm going to shake your hand. Like
All
this
right,
is going to
so-
be like,
We're learning more about each other through this podcast as well.
Monica अपने नाक में उंगली डालती है, ला.
If you had to describe yourself in 3 words, what would it be?
Spontaneous, hardworking, and cheerful.
Ooh, spontaneous, hardworking, cheerful. SHC. We've created
Loving
like a
also.
framework. Only three. We were just
मेरे
getting
को
three.
loving भी चाहिए.
Put hungry also.
The pizza is on its way. We're gonna have it like that. So, a place where you would go if you were invisible.
Oh, lot of places.
Monta's like deep thoughts. She's like,
What a bit worried she said that. She went, oh, lot of places. A bit worrisome.
We're gonna come to you, Nitin Bhai. Rapid fire. I'm expecting some fireworks. Nitin Bhai, this I know is a dear question to you. Favorite superhero and why?
Of course, man. Iron Man all the way. Robert Downing Jr. all the way. It's just the person he is and what he plays and what he stands for.
What happens now?
What happens now? Now, my plans for world domination is still on.
Okay, the plans for the world domination is still on.
World domination, one smile at a time.
One smile at a time. Okay, deep. Nitin Bhai, one weird habit of yours?
One weird habit of mine is that I don't think I would call it weird, but I think it's a thing that I do. Whenever I am performing or before my performance, I iron my own shirt.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, I'll
wow.
iron my shirt like before the show, and most
What
of the
does
time
that
it's a
sing?
while.
Like, what happens
So-
when you don't do that?
So what I did come up with is the fact that I'm ironing my set.
Amidst all the distractions and as artists that we're used to getting heckled and getting, whatever thrown off our zone, we're going to get back. What is one of your favorite rain activity? Rain activity.
My favorite rain activity right now is sitting by the window. Me, Aarti, and Marshall are down because he loves the rain. He loves the thing.
Yeah.
And yeah,
So, Nitin Bhai, if you had to describe yourself in 3 words, how would you do that?
secure, abundant, and grateful.
Woo! Secure, abundant, grateful. This is not a comedy special podcast, guys. This is a deep podcast. This is the real Engage and Inspire podcast going on. And if, the last question, if there was a movie made on your life, what would it be?
If there is a movie made on my life, it would be. I would want it to be something like Forrest Gump or Truman Show.
Truman Show, Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Different vibe altogether.
No, I don't think it celebrates triumph over oneself.
All right.
And
Depth
you know,
again.
sort of- yeah. What do you want me to do? Sex scenes. There are no sex scenes. But yeah, I think hands down my favorite movie is Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
And Jerry Maguire. Jerry Maguire. I watched Jerry Maguire. Funny thing. So remember the kid from Jerry Maguire? Okay. So he's grown up, and I just followed him, and he followed me back. So that was my
Hashtag
that was
thug
my
life moment.
that was my crazy moment. I can't remember his name also, but crazy moment because that guy was part of like growing up. He was the cutest kid. Yeah, in Jerry Maguire. You should watch it. It's a great film.
Yeah. There you go, guys. With that, we come to the end of another action-packed rapid-fire round. As we said at the beginning, this is a very innovative, unique rapid-fire. Love is what you get here. But hey, guys, super fun indeed. Thanks for making time. We're going to use this as an opportunity to engage and inspire with the world. You guys stay tuned. If you really believe that this video can add some value in your friends and family's lives, please go ahead, share this video. And let's make this world a sustainably happier place to live in, guys. Bye. See you in the next episode. Bye.